This is Lewis's reaction every time I ask him, "Do you want to go for a walk?" It's like he understands every single word. The excitement, the wagging tail, the happy little jumps. Moments like this remind me that dogs don't ask for much. Just a little love, a little time, and a simple walk with the person they love most. So if you guys ready like Lewis, then let the walking trip begin.
Did you wait too long? Tell him that you love him, but he's already gone, darling. Did you make two wrongs? Know that daddy never made a right before, darling. You were never made to be the judge, darling. You never changed his way.
While we were recording, the security guard got really curious about our camera. He quietly walked over and took a little peek. I guess it's not every day you see people filming around here. It was a funny little moment that made us all smile. Right after we left the parking lot, I suddenly realized I had left my water bottle on the roof of the car. Somehow, it stayed there longer than I expected. Moments like this always make me laugh at myself. Just another classic vlog day. Now, let's enjoy some music while we're on the way. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride with us. Sometimes the best moments don't need any words.
Did you wait too long? Tell him that you love him, but he's already gone, darling. Did you make two wrongs? Know that daddy never made a right before, darling. You were never made to be the judge, darling. He never changed his way for me to budge, darling. It's feeling like a cold dark winter and the sun still behind the trees, yeah. She asked me if I had another minute and I ain't had the heart to eat, yeah. It's feeling like a cold dark winter and the sun still behind the trees, yeah. She asked me.
On the way, I spotted a stray dog searching for food by the roadside, so I pulled over and left some food for it. It was a little shy, so it didn't come over right away. I just hope it finds the food later and enjoys a good meal. Sometimes a small act of kindness can make a big difference. I waited for a little while, but the dog still didn't come out. So I decided to continue our little walk with Louie. Hopefully, when everything feels safe again, it'll come back and find the food waiting for it. After driving for a while, we finally arrived at our walking spot. The rain had already stopped, and the fresh air made everything feel peaceful. It was the perfect place to slow down and enjoy the rest of the afternoon. I set up my camping chair first. Then, Louis and I went for a short walk together. No rush, no plans, just enjoying the fresh air and the peaceful surroundings. The grass was still wet, and the sky was covered with dark clouds. I probably should have worn sneakers instead of flip-flops. But that's okay. We went for our walk anyway and made the most of the moment. As you can see, the sky is very cloudy. It looked like it's going to rain again at any moment. After our short walk, I let Luis wander around on his own for a bit. He happily sniffed the grass and explored everything around him. Meanwhile, I sat back, enjoyed the fresh air, and took a quiet moment to relax. Sometimes, slowing down is exactly what we need. After a while, it was time to head home. I packed up my camping chair, got Louis back into his backpack, and got ready to leave. Louis clearly wasn't ready to go yet. I think he would have happily stayed a little longer, enjoying the fresh air and all the new smells. Maybe next time, we'll spend a little more time here. On the way back home, we spotted a few cows quietly eating grass by the roadside. As soon as I saw them, I had the silliest idea. I pulled the car over, let Louis out one more time, and thought, maybe it's time for Louis to make some new friends. So I walked him over and introduced him to the cows. Louis was curious, the cows were curious, and for a few moments, they just stood there, looking at each other. It was such a random and unexpected moment, but it made me laugh. Sometimes the best memories come from the most spontaneous ideas. You never know what kind of adventure you'll find when you decide to stop for a minute. Louis slowly began walking closer and closer to the cows. I could tell he was curious, but he was also a little cautious. I honestly believe this was the first time he'd ever seen a cow up close. Louis is a city dog. He grew up surrounded by buildings, busy roads, and people, so he rarely gets the chance to meet other animals. Watching him quietly stare at the cows, sniff the air, and take everything in was such a special moment. Being able to introduce Louis to something completely new really made my day. Sometimes, happiness comes from seeing the world through your best friend's eyes. Then something unexpected happened. One of the cows became really curious and slowly started walking toward Louis. The closer it got, the more I started wondering, okay, how are these two going to react? Neither of them had probably met each other before. Just to be safe, I quickly picked Louis up. If that cow suddenly decided to chase us, well, I was already mentally preparing to run. Thankfully, the cow was just being friendly and curious. It turned into a funny little moment that I'll probably remember for a long time. It was finally time to say goodbye to our new cow friends and head back home. I picked Louis up, gave the cows one last look, and we continued our journey. Not long after we got back on the road, it started raining again. I guess we were really lucky. The rain waited just long enough for Louis to meet the cows and enjoy one last little adventure. It wasn't a big trip, but it turned into one of those simple days I'll always remember. Sometimes the best memories are the ones you never planned. Before heading into the parking lot, I made one last stop. I bought 2 fresh coconuts, one for me and one for my girlfriend waiting at home. It felt like the perfect way to end the day. The trip wasn't long, but it was filled with so many little moments. A peaceful walk with Louis, meeting some friendly cows, helping a stray dog, and enjoying the fresh air after the rain. Days like this remind me that you don't have to travel far to make beautiful memories. Sometimes the simplest adventures become the most meaningful ones. That's the end of today's vlog. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.